Now let's check. Check the statistics if it was Big Shark. How is the La Liga better than the Premier League? How? Tell me how the La Liga is better than the Premier League. It's not possible. Because if you check, hmm, when it comes to finance, yes, it's only two teams that are up there in Spain when it comes to finance. Barcelona, Real Madrid and Barcelona. Only these two teams are up there in terms of finance. We are not saying that they even have the purchasing power of the most of the teams in the Premier League. They don't. Barcelona is in crisis, financial crisis, and Real Madrid cannot measure up. In fact, they are finding it difficult to get to some of the standards they have set in recent times. So now, when we come to their football, yes, Barcelona, they play well. Real Madrid, they play well. They can hit you on the counter. They can turn a match. They can do this. They can do that. What happened last season? We cannot judge by the things that happened last season, but let's just be frank. The English Premier League, their teams, the Premier League teams, they are so much improving. Now, the squad depth, the value of the squad, the type of football, their dominance in Europe is something that is not just something that we should neglect so easily. Now, three scenarios. Number one, now, Real Madrid faced Arsenal in the Champions League. Now, Real Madrid fans would be like, Real Madrid was shit last season. Real Madrid, they were not that cool. They were not that strong. They were not that galactic. In fact, the Galacticos were not galacticoing. So if that is being said, they met us now and they were humbled. They left the UEFA Champions League competition. Yes, that is for sure. Now, Manchester United and Athletic Club, they met in the semi-finals of the Europa League. And a match that was hyped to the death, that Athletic Club perfectly placed in European places in the table. And then you pit them up against Manchester United. That is 16th currently then. Yes, we know they finished 15th. But then currently at that particular time, Manchester United, they were 16th. They played and they were humbled. The last act was a class act. Yes, you reserve the last for the best. Chelsea and Real Betis played in the Conference League final. In fact, that match, people in Spain, and even some of the Premier League haters for Chelsea, they were like, Real Madrid did not beat Real Betis. They drew against Barcelona. They were going to do this, they were going to do that. Chelsea were just saving themselves from almost a season, from being title contenders to finishing outside of the Champions League. It almost ruined our season. But then we said, no, we are going to fight. We are going to give in something like our all to do that. And then it happened that they scored first. To my bones, I wonder, could this be possible that we are definitely going to lose this match and then face another season? They sack the coach, they do this. You know how we do things. We know how we run things at Chelsea. But it didn't happen. The final finished 4-1. High score margin for a final. So I'm just trying to tell you that, yes, we know the Champions League has been drawn. And Liverpool will face Real Madrid, yes. It's still another English team and a Spanish opposition. Another English team and Spanish opposition. Barcelona will come to Newcastle for match day 1. Match day 5, they will come also to Stamford Bridge to play Chelsea. And I tell you, there is no fixture, there is no team in the world that is playing an English team that will not be scared to their bones about what they can do. The intensity, the press, let's not talk about the passes, how they do the tactics and do this and that. No. The intensity, the press. Let Spanish teams come with their high line. As the match progresses, the Premier League teams, they end up getting stronger and stronger because the Premier League is the hardest league in the world. I just don't want to say much on that, but I just want to kind of put out that opinion that, to be frank, honestly, the Premier League is bigger than La Liga on all fronts. The clubs inside, they are bigger than La Liga clubs. In all fronts, the name, if not for the fact that they've made that name, who are they to come close to the Premier League? Newcastle purchase. Look at the purchasing power of the teams. The purchasing power of the teams. You understand? Yes, we know that because UK is a very civilized country and everything there, in fact, the publicity is on a different level. Yes, we understand that. But then, don't take that away. Premier League teams, in fact, they are, if not one of the best teams in the world right now. Yes, and you can't do anything about that. Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester United, Arsenal, Manchester City, Newcastle. These are the teams that make England proud. No matter how bad they can get, they will smash.